information on local businesses, Stanley, and more. Taylor Lawson will have your local weather, and Aaron Carroll will have your sports.
It's Tuesday, November 12th, 2018, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Jay Standridge.
This morning was the grand opening for Dunkin' Donuts on Blackburn Road in Cleveland. The first 100 guests at 5 a.m. won a free coffee and donut for a month. The ribbon-cutting ceremony is at 10:30 a.m. today.
The Bradley County Sheriff's Office is trying to increase safety in county schools. Sheriff Steve Lawson launched a new team to manage potential threats to area schools. We will look at the threats when they come in, and we'll screen them here as long as the district attorney's office. If we think it needs to be looked at further, we will assemble the team, said Bradley County Sheriff Steve Lawson. To stop any potential threats, Bradley County students are encouraged to download the Stop It app. In this app, students can report problems using their school's unique code. It also allows students to add photos or write comments about the threat.
Earlier this Monday, an administrator at Calvin Donaldson Environmental Academy was rushed to the hospital. A student is currently facing discipline after an altercation at the school Monday morning. Hamilton County Police Department of Education Tim Hensley says that the administrator was taken to the hospital because during the scuffle, the administrator lost balance and fell. It is possible he faced a head injury after the fall. Currently, there's no word on whether any criminal charges will be filed.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office is asking for help identifying a robbery suspect. The Sheriff's Office says the suspect entered Raymond's Curve Package Store on West Tennessee Avenue in Copper Hill Sunday night. According to the police report, he claimed to be armed and demanded money from the cash register. If you have any information on the suspect, please call Ducktown Station of the Polk County Sheriff's Office at 423-496-3301. If you have any information concerned about being in the public eye, you can also message the Polk County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. And remain anonymous.
Comic book and movie fans are feeling sad about the passing of someone who brought a lot of happiness to their lives. CNN's Jeanne Moos remembers Stan Lee.
In the world of comic superheroes,
you are a god.
Stan Lee! How are you? Other people drew the characters. He invented their stories.
You're responsible for the greats. Let's do the list. Spider-Man. Guilty. I can't The Incredible Hulk.
Afraid so.
There was a collective cry of grief from cartoonists. Stan Lee's face projected as a web in the sky. How'd he come up with Spider-Man anyway?
I saw a fly crawling on the wall, and I said, wow, suppose a person had the power to stick to a wall like an insect.
Jimmy Kimmel posted what he called a weird portrait of Stan that Jimmy drew when he was 7. 3 decades later, he got to give it to the great one in person. The Marvel of Marvel Comics explained his objective this way.
We want to be a little cinder in the eye of the establishment. I just thought of that. I think it's great.
He was modest when he got a star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame.
In a million years, I never thought, that I'd get something like this.
He and his wife, Joan, were married for 69 years until her death. He appeared in movie cameo.
That is hilarious.
After movie cameo.
Nice suit. Zip it, Stan Lee.
At the age of 77, he told Larry King,
life is so exciting. I'd love to have another 100 years.
He had to settle for a mere 95 years total, creating superheroes with human hang-ups, and he never hung up his signature line.
Excelsior. Excelsior.
Genimo, CNN.
Excelsior!
Oh, New York.
President Trump recently said that North Korea no longer poses a nuclear threat to the United States. However, a new report claims evidence of a number of missile operating bases that have not been acknowledged by the North Korean government. John Lornick reports.
Caught on camera, satellite images of previously undisclosed missile operating bases in North Korea. This despite President Trump's claim the U.S. is safe from Pyongyang.
The missiles have stopped. The rockets have stopped.
Kim Jong-un's regime hasn't tested a missile since talks began with the White House. However, in a new report, the Center for Strategic and International Studies claims to have identified 13 of an estimated 20 missile operating bases that North Korea has not declared.
They've continued their missile activity on the ground in all kinds of operational ways through and after the Singapore summit and the hopes for all that.
According to the CSIS, one of the bases is less than 100 miles from Seoul. Critics of the White House say Kim is making the U.S. look foolish.
The North Koreans have not signed any document laying out what steps they're going to take to denuclearize in North Korea.
It was clear from the beginning that the North Koreans were not agreeing to give up their nuclear and missile programs.
Last week, a scheduled meeting was postponed between Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and his North Korean counterpart. And an official from North Korea's foreign ministry recently threatened that the country would restart its nuclear program unless the U.S. lifted sanctions. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Renewed tensions are being felt across the border between Israel and Gaza. That's where a barrage of 400 rockets and mortars from Gaza landed inside Israel. That was followed by a wave of airstrikes from Israel. The Israeli military struck more than 100 targets inside Gaza.
A blind Yorkie in West Virginia was found left for dead on the side of the road in July. The pup has since made full recovery after the community rallied around him with donations to cover the cost of his eye surgery. After months of hardships and doctor appointments, he finally has a new adopted family. Josh Korup has the story.
I love this dog. He still makes me cry almost every day.
Kelly and Casey Johnson are new, happy dog parents.
He's a snuggler. He loves kisses.
The couple from Fairmont, West Virginia adopted this guy, Winston.
He's happy.
A Yorkie pup who embodies unconditional love, surrounded now by that same love from his new family.
Winston here may prance around and look like any other normal Yorkie, but just a few months ago, things weren't going his way. In a moment when it seemed like he had little time left.
Winston was found like this, zipped up in a lunch bag, weighed down by a book, hopelessly abandoned on the side of the road. To add to his troubles, Winston was completely blind.
A little bit heartbroken. I mean, how could somebody do that to an animal?
The Humane Society took him in and treated him. And with the help of donations from strangers like Casey and Kelly, who had only seen pictures of Winston, he was nursed back to life.
Even with everything that he's been through, he really never gave up.
With a renewed and joyful spirit, all he was missing was a family. Eder, Kelly, and Casey.
I knew when I first saw this dog I had to have him. I mean, everything he's been through, and he should hate everybody. He doesn't. He hates nobody.
A pup who seems like he's always just wanted to play the role of man's best friend. Finally, getting a chance to show the endless boundaries of his love. This, after a city showed him what it feels like to receive love.
He's not a dog, he's family.
There are lessons we can all learn from Winston's journey. A lesson in perseverance, a lesson in hope, and a lesson in unconditional love.
We love you too.
In Fairmont, West Virginia, I'm Josh Krupp.
For the latest entertainment news, let's turn to David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Did you just talk? Whoa. Did you just understand me?
Oh my God, you can understand me. Stop. I've been so lonely.
Yes, that's the voice of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, as Pokemon Detective Pikachu. The first trailer for the movie, set in Rhyme City, where people and Pokemon live in not quite harmony, racked up hundreds of thousands of views in its first hours online. Justice Smith co-stars in the Pokemon pick, which hits theaters next May.
So I come up with it.
Sandra Bullock is ponying up for ponies and other animals. animals. The actress has donated $100,000 to the Humane Society of Ventura County, which is rescuing animals and caring for those evacuated from the Southern California wildfires. The group says the money will go to help animals from horses and bulls to donkeys and ducks. 100 years after it ended, you can see film of World War I that looks as if it happened yesterday. Peter Jackson used modern film technology to give grainy, black and white silent footage, color, sound, even a 3D effect. The resulting film, They Shall Not Grow Old, is set to play selected U.S. theaters on Monday, December 17th and Thursday, December 27th. Check fathomevents.com for showtimes. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Now let's send it over to Taylor with your weather report.
Sadly, things are still heating up in California. I'll have that and more after this break.
Fresh breakfast will get you the readiest. Yes! Holiday Inn Express, be the readiest.
Baby, tell me, where'd you ever learn to fight without saying no word and walks back into my life like it's all gonna be alright? Don't you know how much it hurts when we don't talk, when we don't touch, when it doesn't feel like we're even in love? It matters to me when I don't know what to say, don't know what to do, don't know if it really even matters to you. How can I make you see it matters to me? When I don't know what to say, don't know what to do, don't know if it really even matters to you. How can I make you see it matters to me?
Your wallet's empty, and you've got bills to pay. What do? Stop worrying. Get the cash you need today at Check Into Cash. We offer payday advances, auto title loans, and lots of ways to put the cash you need in your pocket today. And we make it quick, easy, and confidential. So stop worrying and stop in to Check Into Cash today. Visit checkintocash.com for the store near you.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. As you can see here, we don't have a lot of precipitation coming in, but we do have some over there. I don't think it's going to move in today, but into the national radar, we have a lot of precipitation that's moved past us into the Carolinas and up in the north, over there in the Maine and New Hampshire areas. And we don't have anything on the west side of the nation at all. We don't really have anything going on in California except for those fires. So with the death toll in the north rising and near hurricane force gusts expected in the south, firefighters in California face another uphill battle today. Still, they are managing to make progress. The Hill fire is now nearly fully contained, and the numbers are slowly ticking up for the other two. Karen Kafa reports.
Firefighters have come from as far away as Georgia and Indiana to assist California firefighters in batting back these blazes. Here in Southern California, a red flag warning. That is the highest level of alert for critical fire weather that remains in effect. The Woolsey fire here in Southern California, about 30% contained, but low humidity and strong winds could complicate efforts. Paradise Lost. The campfire burning in Northern California is now the deadliest in state history. The majority of lives lost come from this community, now burned to the ground.
A whole town was wiped off the face of the earth in a matter of 8 hours.
There is nothing left. All my neighbors except one are gone.
Meanwhile, fierce winds continue to threaten lives and homes in Southern California's Woolsey fire. Gusts could reach near hurricane force on Tuesday, and there's little chance of rain.
I know a lot of people are interested in when the next rain event will be. We are not seeing any indication of precipitation in the next week and possibly through Thanksgiving.
Even for those who are used to dealing with fires, this experience has reached a new level.
The embers get up inside the eaves and just burn the house from the roof down. It's just unbelievable. This is my fourth fire, but this is the worst.
Harrowing stories of escapes and close calls are emerging.
I called him because my car was completely surrounded by flames and I couldn't see out the window, and I started to fill up with smoke, and I called him and I said, "Nick, I'm gonna die. And I'm not gonna make it out of here. There's just flames everywhere, and I don't know what to do." And he said, "Don't die, run. If you're gonna die, die fighting."
And the campfire up north now the deadliest in California history, and officials expect that the death toll could still rise. The Butte County Sheriff and other officials up there bringing in more resources to search for, recover, and identify bodies, including more coroner search recovery teams and cadaver-sniffing dogs. About 100 people remain unaccounted for statewide. In Malibu, California, I'm Karen Kafa.
As we said, the campfire up north is already the deadliest fire in California history, and officials expect the death toll will still rise. They're getting help and more resources. Search and recovery, coronet teams, cadaver sniffing dogs to help the effort. About 100 people remain unaccounted for. Now let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it'll be raining outside with highs of 47, 43, and 45, and lows of 37, 40, and 34. And into the weekend, it'll be partly cloudy outside with highs of 51, 59, and 55, and lows of 34, 30, and 38. On Monday, it'll be partly cloudy outside with a high of 54 and a low of 39. Now let's send it over to Aaron with your scores from last night.
NBA scores, a player of the day with a booming backboard slam, and more after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
All right, you guys, it's now time for the results of the homecoming queen election. The second attendant is Denise Willard. The first attendant is Katie Higgins. And now, your homecoming queen is... Okay, here we go. Becca Warniger.
Let's take a look at your NBA scores. The Wizards beat the Magic 117 to 109. The 76ers beat the Heat 124 to 114. The Pelicans beat the Raptors 126 to 110, and the Mavericks beat the Bulls 103 to 98. Golden State LA Clippers final. The Clippers beat the Warriors 121 to 116. Here are the highlights.
At halftime. Beat by Draymond Green. Here's the Rockets. Warriors out and running. I just love the way Draymond and I snatched that one. Hey, we all looked at each other. That's not fair. Listen, that ain't.
Just run it through Clay. That's not the way that they do it with just one option.
I made a great catch and finish. Candace, what are you saying right now from the Clippers?
But you see a lot of disarray.
Whoa.
And that's why you have confidence. You play with confidence.
And what do they do? Put the veteran in, Doc, in this one. And one.
He came into this game and we said he was not shooting the ball well. And he's just completely taken over this fourth and overtime.
You don't need a three. You just need a best available shot. But I'm Klay Thompson. I'll take a three, please. Dude, just a fantastic game to watch. Guy who struggled all night. Look at Lou. Keep giving me right. Vince. Sean Livingston might have stepped out of bounds. Good pass. Ooh, good D by Montrezl Harrell. Nice, and Steve Ballmer and Jerry West. Somebody got to grab him, boy. He's excited. What a game. This was a good one. What you think, Candace? Give me the breakdown real quickly.
Well, I thought the...
Now let's take a look at the play of the day. Thunder's Steven Adams creates the turnover. Thunder's Paul George picks up the loose ball, then tosses it off to the backboard to Thunder's Jeremy Grant for the slam. Take a few looks at this one as the game was over, so the Thunders had some fun, and George tosses it off the glass to Grant, who hammers it home. And that's our play of the day.
High fives all around. Rightfully so.
Well, we talked about, finishing the game right. The game got away from you for a minute there. You make plays on both ends of the floor, and you start putting exclamations on this game. These are what we call exclamation plays. Absolutely.
That's all from me. Now let's take a look at your school announcements after this break.
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
What are we looking at? Formaldehyde, acrolein, nitrobenzene. This actually has over 7,000 chemicals. Don't get me started on what they do to you. Prematurely wrinkled skin, stunted lung growth.
Mr. Essler.
Tooth loss, cancer.
Mr. Essler.
Hang on.
If cigarettes looked as dangerous as they are, you'd run like hell. Find out the real cost of tobacco.
You could save a lot. Oh, you could save a lot. Oh, save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Our new hot, fresh breakfast will get you the readiest. Holiday Inn Express, be the readiest.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you.
Bradley Central. Let's take a look at our school announcements.
Seniors will have a meeting today during Bear Time to learn more about applying for local and national scholarships.
The screening day for the Bradley Film Festival is Friday, November 16th. Please see Mr. Shroyer in H12 for your admission ticket.
Seniors Ball 4 will be here Friday to pick up your invitation orders.
We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, WTMB, and of course at voxnews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.